thrilled to have here in person, fresh off of his second victory of the American Century Championship Tournament in Lake Tahoe. Good to see you, Mardy Fish. How are you, brother?
Thank you for having me. Yeah, it's awesome to be here.
Brother.
Good to see old friends.
Good to see you.
Yeah.
Yeah, you've been here before, but not with me in the chair.
Yeah, no, with your bottom of the barrel. Nick Swisher did like a week of.
Did we have him here for a week?
Yeah, I think it was a week, maybe 5 days.
No, the Swish did one day, I think.
Did he really?
Yeah.
Was it one day?
Yeah, I think it was one day.
I got the call on one day. I feel good about that.
I don't know.
I think it was
Swish has hosted more than once.
He has?
Yeah, and I don't know how.
I saw Nick
yeah.
Swisher. It's, by the way, very few Ohio State guys I would give my chair up for.
He's one of them.
He's one of them. You know,
he can go, man.
Your boy Swish.
He can talk.
I saw him last month.
Yeah.
And I'll give you two choices. One, he was really reserved, and it looks like he's let himself go.
The other one.
Two, he looks like he could rake right now, and he's bouncing off the walls.
Yeah, bro. Let's go. Come on, bro.
I love his energy, though. He's like
the best.
Infectious. Yeah. I love hanging out with Nick.
Yeah. How do you know him?
Best.
How'd you meet him?
So Nick married a friend. This could go forever, but the short version is my sister used to live with his now wife. His now wife used to date Bob Bryan, the tennis player, Bryan brothers.
Yeah.
So then I knew Joanna Garcia when she was dating Bob.
Yeah.
And then they broke up, and Nick started dating her, and and Nick is just the coolest dude ever.
He is that. Yeah. Kevin Bacon is somehow involved in this.
That's
Almost.
Yeah, right.
That's incredible.
I mean, I love it. By the way, I'll talk about your boy Swish any day of the week. That is so funny. Back here on the Rich Eisen Show Radio Network, here at the Rich Eisen Show desk, furnished by Grainger with supplies and solutions for every industry. Grainger has the right product for you. Call clickgrainger.com or just stop by. Longtime tennis player on the men's circuit, once upon a time 7th ranked player on planet Earth. Now one of the best players in the history of the American Century Championship, which he just won again in Lake Tahoe. Our friend Mardy Fish back here on the program. Good to see you, brother.
Thank you for having me.
You got it.
I
mean, what's it like to win that thing, man?
I mean, the American Century is such a cool email to get in like January or February, because it's like the player meeting. There's a mandatory player meeting there, and everyone shows up. Outside of
physically there?
Outside, yeah.
In
outside of Tony Romo, who never shows up. I don't know why. Tony doesn't show up to the player meeting. Everyone else shows up to the player meeting. So it's like a really cool. Yeah.
It's
so
not
you
a
go
Zoom?
in and it's it's like the Wednesday before the tournament.
Okay.
And you show and you cocktail hour kind of thing, and you walk in and they give you the rules and what's going on. But then more importantly, there's always like 10 to 12 new guys or gals that are playing, and so they're all like this year Jason Kelsey and Trevor Lawrence and Taylor Twellman and guys that like from all walks of life that you would never cross paths with. Mm-hmm. And it's such a fun, like, humble place to kind of hang out and meet people, and just because I would never go up to Jason Kelsey on the street, and I would just be too nervous or whatever. But in that setting, you can go say hi, and they won't blow you off. And
you can say hi to Jason Kelsey on the street.
I've never met Jason.
Sure,
and so,
I got you.
Now that I've met him, he's a phenomenal. Trevor Lawrence, a phenomenal kid. 24 years old. I mean, I can't believe it, but just a nicest dude. So you get to kind of hang out and mingle with guys that you would never really cross paths with. It's a really fun week.
But there's a competition aspect to this thing for sure. I mean, we had Smoltz on, about 2 weeks ago. He said he had 2 new hips.
Yeah.
And he was ready to go.
Probably for the American Century. Like he got 2 new hips for that tournament.
I'm not surprised.
He plays, though, and he can play. He's a really good player. And he plays a lot of golf. So he needed to fix his hips.
So there's no S-talking at this event at all?
I mean, not really. Okay. That's not like the theme of it, to be honest. But there's some great golfers that play. Joe Pavelski and I went down to the wire this year.
You sure did.
Phenomenal golfer. He's going to win that tournament at some point too. I should suck my stomach in there a little bit better, but
that's a good shot, man. That's not a bad photograph.
The jump. So 2020 started, or 2020 came. I won during COVID, and there were no spectators. I thought that it was my caddy on the left, Mike Flood, and my dad on the I'm sorry, my dad on the left, Flood on the right,
Yes.
and they said you don't need to bring a caddy. You know, like this is 2020, we don't even know how it's going to go, but we're going to try and put on the event or whatever. I was like one of only 5 people that didn't bring their caddy, so I got a cart and just like had my phone and just sort of buzzed around and ended up playing really well, won the tournament, and jumped in the lake after. And then I was like, okay, let's try and make this a tradition of whoever wins. I think Vinny Del Negro won the next year, so he jumped in the lake, and then Steph won last year. He jumped in the lake with his dad and brother and team and everything. And then
he's a Splash brother, so that makes sense.
And then I was waiting for. I wouldn't want to do it by myself. My son was there; he didn't want to do it, so I waited for my dad and my buddy Mike to jump in. So we did there it is. So we did the very cold plunge.
Is it that? It is. I mean, that's a cold
Tahoe,
lake, man.
Yeah. It's not quite ice bathish, but they've had a pretty mild winter.
Okay.
But like last year, they had a rough winter and it was chilly, really cold.
So that's the genesis of
that's the tradition.
So you won the first time without anybody on your bag? Is that what you're saying?
Maybe it probably helps me
Is that
get out of my head.
Sure.
Yeah.
I hear you. Mardy Fish here on the Rich Eisen Show, fresh off of winning the American Century Championship tournament. You were kind of have to mention now, Curry won the year before. Mm-hmm. Somebody talked in your swing, right?
Well, that was like the last hole. Steph is a phenomenal golfer. He comes out. We play a lot. We've got, again, it's one of the cool things about the American Century is just like getting to, again, cross paths with people you just never otherwise do it, and get to meet awesome people. And met Steph in 2014 there, I think, and we've become good buddies, and we play away from tournaments and stuff like that. And he'll go out and play. I think the last time he came out here, he played the Lakers and dropped like 42 points on them, came over to Hillcrest Country Club the next morning at like 8 a.m. and shot 70. And it's like two completely different. There's like two separate athletes, I feel like, and one's like the LeBron James, just run, jump, sprint, just jump out of the building, right? But he may not be able to throw very well or catch very whatever. That's a raw athletic. And then there's like a Steph Curry type athlete where it's like hands and feel and touch on top of the athleticism that he has on the basketball court. So it's like two completely different sets of sports and skills and whatever, and he's incredible at both of them.
He is.
Yeah.
I mean, it's pretty cool. It is pretty cool to hear.
Pretty cool, yeah.
And so, but I appreciate it. If you don't want to talk about that last year, I totally get it.
No, I can. I didn't. So Steph played awesome. It was his year for sure. He made 4 eagles and a hole-in-one. It's a Stableford scoring, so it's like 8 points for a hole-in-one and 6 points for an eagle and all this stuff. Maybe made 10 points for a hole-in-one. It should be 1,000,000 points, to be honest.
Right.
I've never made a hole-in-one. Steph made
in your life?
Never, ever. Yeah,
what?
Never, ever. I'm waiting for 17 at the American Century because it's $1 million to make a hole-in-one.
Tim Brown won a boat this year.
He won a boat. He won an awesome boat, too. His Travis Matthew boat that was so cool.
Tim Brown had a hole-in-one.
I forget
what hole
on
it
number
was.
12.
Yeah.
Number 12, rolled it right in.
Unbelievable.
Free drinks out there, so he didn't have to pay for drinks at all. But maybe we'll get him another time. But
You don't have a hole-in-one? Didn't Jack Nicklaus say you have the best amateur swing he's ever seen?
he said that, and Mr. Nicklaus is I think he needs to watch a little more non-professional golf.
Yeah.
He said I was I went and played 9 holes with him and shot like 28. I've never played like a better 9 holes in my life. Like I think I eagled the first hole and had like 6 other birdies.
There?
With in like just playing with him.
What?
And he said later, he said he's the best non-professional golfer I've ever seen.
Well, you shot a 28 with Jack in a watch there?
I think you need to watch more non-professional golf, maybe. But I will take it. I've got the Golf Digest did like a little piece on it or something like that, and I've got that forever. So
Sure.
But I'm not running around bragging about that. There's a lot of players that are better than me.
But also, you play left-handed, but you're really a righty?
I play well when I was young. I was born in Minnesota, Vikings fan. And I saw you had Swords on yesterday.
Yeah,
repping the Vikings.
Well, he also said he's the second most famous Vikings fan, but based on some blog site behind
Josh Duhamel.
Marty, we got to get you above 2 and then have Swardson back.
I know.
Here.
I got to be. Yeah, Swords is.
You got to pass him.
Yeah, I got to jump up. Josh is going to be tough. I mean, he married Fergie there for a minute. He was like Hollywood. You know, he's Hollywood. Like, it's tough to beat
Hollywood.
that. He
still
is. So it's tough to jump over Josh. But I'm a huge Vikings fan. I grew up in Minnesota and or was born there. And my mom would tie a string to the ceiling in our basement and like a wiffle ball or a tennis ball or something, and she'd put like a baseball bat, a tennis racket, and a golf club, and I'd swing them all from the same side. And so I'd a righty tennis backhand, two-handed backhand, a lefty baseball swing, and a lefty golf swing, all the same side. And that's kind of how I developed.
Playing tennis righty and everything else lefty.
Yeah. I'm right hand dominant, left leg dominant, so it's kind of all over the place. But I'm ambidextrous on my left arm, so I could use my backhand was my best shot, and I could use my left hand a ton to generate more pace or to get to change from defense to offense or whatever, like much easier. So,
damn, Jack didn't probably even know that when he was talking to you about that.
Wow. We could have played righty. I mean, I wouldn't have shot 28, but I can shoot like pretty solid.
What can you shoot right-handed?
I can certainly bogey golf, if not better.
So you can break.
I could break 90 for sure. Yeah.
Playing righty.
Righty, yeah.
And then lefty, you can win championships. Mardy Fish here on the Rich Eisen Show. Well, hey, that's no slouch, brother. American Century Championship Tournament winner Mardy Fish here on the Rich Eisen Show. Okay, Marty, we've known each other for a long time, so you can always be honest with me here, okay? I have said from this chair multiple times that if I am so fortunate to one day ever wind up on the same tennis court as Carlos Alcaraz,
okay,
I could get 1 point off him.
Okay. How like what is it, just like a full set? Is it
no? I guess we'll go 3 sets.
Three sets.
Yeah,
so
like a real
3 full sets
like
to win 1 point.
Sets to win 1 point, and the surface I would choose is hard court.
Okay.
I don't want to do grass because I just
easy footing for you. Like
also,
you can
right, and I see the way he slides. I would probably, pop a quad doing that.
You'd win a point. You would.
Hold on. In what way? He wouldn't.
Hold on. Excuse me.
Sorry.
No,
Stop
not
it.
like a winner. Like, but he would. No. Okay, here's the thing. I know a buddy of mine, John Brooks, that lives out here. He's got a beautiful tennis court at his house here in L.A.
Yes.
He's a good buddies with Novak Djokovic. So Djokovic comes before Indian Wells, and he'll come and they'll hit some tennis balls or whatever. They had a bet where, and Brooksy can play. Like, he's a solid tennis player. He starts at 40 love every game, serving, returning, whatever it is, and then you play the set out.
Okay.
So he's up. No, I'm sorry. He's up 5-0, 40 love every game. So 5-0 in the set, 40 love in every game, and Novak won. So, and he's a good player. Brooksy can play. So I don't know. I mean, if it was 40 love every game and 0-0, he would win. He'd come back and win almost every game.
Marty, I'm not saying I would beat him.
You're saying 1 point.
1 point.
Yeah,
I would get
1 point.
Okay. How now? I'll ask the follow-up question.
Trip over his foot or something. Trip over.
So
double fall.
It would have to be an unforced error.
I mean, I've never seen you play. You're super athletic. So let's start there.
Mardy Fish.
Super athletic.
That's why we're friends. Listen, I will be very honest. I am not good. I'm not good. I mean, I can hit. I can uncork is the proper word. A cross court forehand winner on the run.
I feel like
that you're not expecting.
I feel like he would. Okay, if there's money on the line and he's like, okay, it's like life or death. Yes. I am not missing. Like,
here's the thing: it wouldn't be money on the line,
actually.
Marty. It wouldn't be money on the line. It would be me sitting in this chair with this microphone.
Okay.
Telling the world.
Yeah, telling the world. Okay.
And he would not want that.
Worse than money, then.
Yeah, because the guy's got money,
worse than money.
Coming on.
Telling everyone worse than money. Because money, you can just, here you go.
Yeah,
and we'll
no
go
one
on our
knows.
separate ways. No one knows. Yeah.
It would have to.
You're screaming it from
I
here.
would be telling everybody?
I think you get no more than 2, but I think the over-under is 1.
So let's go the over under half. You take the under.
I'm taking the under.
Under.
And you take.
I just think like he's going to make 3 sets. He's going to make 1 shank or like it just flew on him or something like that.
He's about to win like its 3rd major this year.
He's 21. He's young. And I think, you know what? I think I can get in his head, too.
You never know. Yeah, no one's done that yet.
No one's trying to get in his head. Here's what I was told. I was told by great Michigan tennis player Johnny Yaffe. He told me that I could hit him with a serve on the fly and get a point.
You could. You could certainly do that in doubles if he's like at the net.
Not doubles. We're singles. This is singles, man. Because if it's doubles, you're my partner.
You're not going to hit him in the air. You're not going to hit him in the air.
Nick Kyrgios was here and he started laughing when Rich asked him this question.
He said no, or he said
he laughed.
He just laughed.
He wouldn't even
Did he give
entertain
an answer?
it. Wouldn't even entertain it.
Yeah. Really?
Yeah.
I'm entertaining it. I'm entertaining that you win. I've set the over-under at 1. It will probably hit 1. All bets washed.
Push.
That's what I think.
I love
1 point.
But not a winner. It's an unforced error.
It's got to be an unforced error. Unless you're just going to be like, I'm just going to swing from the hips on every single shot.
Yeah.
And just maybe something will go in.
Yeah.
Maybe. Then you could do it that way.
You catch him napping, a little drop shot, boom.
No,
Drop shot's not going to work. He's
Even I
way
agree
too
with
fast.
you. I wouldn't. No. There's no napping. Like he can close.
He's way too fast.
Yes.
All right.
So it would have to be maybe he's at the net, I lob it, or I just,
That's
I
not
find
going
an-
to work either.
No.
No, I think you just smash
alleyway?
everything.
An
Just
alleyway?
smash every
Smash every-
serve, smash every whatever until you play 3 sets.
Do you know how I could make this happen? What do you think? Do you know
I
somebody?
probably know a guy, yeah.
You know a guy who's got his own private court that brings Novak Djokovic into town.
We could do it at that court.
What do you think?
Now we're talking.
I mean, like, what is there 10% to the big guy?
Who's the big? Are you the big guy?
Yeah.
There's no money.
all
It's
the
all
big
pride.
guy.
10% of pride. Yes,
We're
Marty.
all the big guy. Yeah, we can get that done. Certainly get it done at Indian Wells,
Okay.
like for the tournament, which is just a drive. You probably have a house over there.
No, I do not. I've never been in Indian Wells. I'd love to go.
Really?
Yeah, this is a perfect example.
I'd love to take you there.
February, it's a post Super Bowl.
Phenomenal
Let's do this.
tournament.
Perfect timing after the
Perfect
Super
timing.
Bowl.
Let's
I've
go.
got time. Carlos might have time.
Carlos definitely has time.
He's 21. What's he got?
He's whooping everybody.
Yeah, he's killing
Yeah,
everybody.
he just crushed someone, and then Rich comes on the court, stadium court. Let's do it in front of people. Let's do it in front of people.
of a crowd.
In front of people.
Yeah.
Okay.
Then that might be something different then.
No, I'm used to an audience. I'm fine with that.
Right.
Carlos is not, but he can't lose a point.
Yeah.
A single point.
Yeah, no, I think he loses a point. I set it at 1.
Mardy Fish.
I set it at 1.
Oh my gosh, the glass is half full with Mardy Fish.
Set it at 1.
Fantastic. And we're okay. Here's what we're going to do before you go. Nick Swartzen came on this program yesterday and played the win-loss game, which we do here, where I give you the schedule of the Minnesota Vikings game by game, and you tell me if it's going to be a win or a loss.
Yeah.
And that's the way we
Did you
predict
see
how they finish the
Hawkinson?
season.
Hawkinson went 17-0, he said. Recently.
He's hold on a second.
He's at 17-0.
Who did?
TJ Hawkinson.
TJ said that
Our tight end.
that
We're going 17-0.
I didn't see that. Did he really
I
say
didn't
that?
see that either.
Fantastic.
He's back
Yeah,
from
I think
injury.
that was
Breaking news.
yesterday, maybe the day before.
All right. So
What
I
did
want.
Swartz say? What
I
did he-
can't. I don't want to tell you. I don't
Okay.
want to influence anything here.
Okay.
But Mardy Fish.
So
what-
we're starting with Sam Darnold. We're starting with J.J. McCarthy.
I think you. Here's the deal. This is what I've been told. This is what I have heard, and this is what I believe. Okay. Sam Darnold's going to be the starter all year if they can. They're going to put him on like the same. And again, every single time I make this analogy, people are like, "Well, wait a minute," because it puts McCarthy in the Patrick Mahomes role. We need to slow that role.
Yeah.
What I'm saying is, when Mahomes was a rookie, it was Alex Smith's gig for a team that could win the division in a playoff game, and let's let the veteran do
you
that.
almost don't want him to come in.
That's the idea. I think that would be the plan.
agree.
Certainly, since Darnold has got a real opportunity here, and the Vikings are a real good team.
And KOC can coach quarterbacks. We saw that last
I
year.
love that guy.
Yeah, we saw it last year.
So yes, it's Darnold.
I'm ready.
All right, here we go. Let's give some music for Mardy Fish, the American Century Championship winner from just a couple weeks ago. At the Giants, what happens?
Oh, that's a win.
Home for the San Francisco 49ers.
Win. We beat them last year at home, too.
Home for the Houston Texans.
Win.
3-0 at the Packers.
Win.
That's a 4-0 start. Heading to
London
to take on the Jets.
Heading to London. This is where I start texting Aaron, going like, good luck, how you feeling? Ivan Pace is coming. He's right behind you, like all that kind of stuff.
Yes.
Win.
Oh, my gosh. Does he respond to you because you're American Century buddies or
He
what?
would not. You know what Aaron would do? Aaron, I'm outside on fire. All you have to do is open the door, throw some water on me. He won't respond to that, but he'll send me like some reel on Instagram.
Good to know.
That's Aaron.
5-0.
That's my relationship with him.
5-0.
And we're going to beat him.
Off the bye week, home for the Lions.
Yeah, that's a win.
6-0 at the Rams.
That's a win because I'll be there.
7-0 home for the Colts.
I'm going above. Colts is a win. I mean, come on.
That's 8-0 at the Jaguars, Mardy Fish.
You know what? I hung out with Trevor in. I really like him. That's our first loss.
Ooh, 8-1 at the.
And Doug Peterson's a phenomenal dude.
Oh, he was
there too.
I love him too. He's
Great.
good people.
They're great. I root for them now. Not when they play the Vikings. I think that's our first loss.
8-1 at the Titans.
3 in a row at
the Titans.
Can I go back to week 4?
At the Packers, sure.
It's an L.
Oh. Okay. So now,
I mean, as much as I'd love to, yeah.
All right, that's fine. It's like chess. Your finger was still on the piece. Don't worry about it.
Yeah.
All right. So now you're 7-2 at the Titans.
Okay. 7-2. That's a win.
8-2 at the Bears.
That's a win.
9-2 home for the Cardinals.
Win.
10-2 home for the Falcons.
Oh, that's Kirk is coming back.
Oh yeah.
That's a W.
11-2 home for the Bears on a Monday night.
That's an easy win.
Easy
Blowout
win. 12-2
win,
at the Seahawks.
And then we never beat Seattle in Seattle.
So 12-3 home for the Packers.
That's a win.
13-3 at the Lions.
We don't need this game. We're going to rest a bunch of starters. We have the number 1 seed, so that's a loss.
13-4, Mardy Fish.
Marty.
As the number 1 seed in the NFC.
Okay. Fantastic. 13-4.
I see no issues with that.
Now I'll tell you, Nick Swardson had them going 15-2 and then winning the Super Bowl against the Las Vegas Aces. Was Nick Swardson's prediction.
They're tough. Aces are good, man.
Well, they're champions.
That's what I'm saying.
You don't want to mess with them.
Yeah, that's
They've
what I'm
got
saying.
hearts of
Kelsey
champions.
Plum, I mean, don't get in there.
Yes, exactly. So you were close. You were in the same neighborhood as Nick. Right?
Much more realistic than him, I mean.
Did you see Joe Burrow's new look?
Yeah.
Let's take a look at it.
I don't mind it.
I mean,
I don't mind. It looks like Eminem.
Yes, he does. Yeah. Full Marshall Mathers.
Bengals went, guess who's back?
There you go.
His palms are sweaty.
Back again.
Oh, there you go. That's it.
What is that? So, I mean...
That's without me. That's Eminem's.
No, I know. I mean, I'm not that clueless. Although I did text my oldest son while he was over in Europe for the part of the summer what Kamala is brat means. I have no idea what the hell that's going on there. He's going to try to help me with that.
Brack?
Brat. I don't know.
Brat.
Again,
what does that mean?
I'm 55 years old. I don't know. I'll at least admit how old I am.
I'm 42.
There you go.
There you go.
But what? So you as an athlete, a champion athlete, I might add. What does this look mean? What do you interpret the Joe Burrow look?
I've done that. We've all been young at one point. I think I've dyed my hair black, jet black.
Okay.
I've dyed my hair blonde, like bleach blonde.
Did you play better as a bleach
blonde? Did the earring before? Did the like poke it and then pull it out, kind of in closes like that? Yeah, we've all done those stupid things, haven't we? I mean, he'll look back when he's 40 and go like, "What was I doing?" But like right now, he's probably like, "Look at me, I look badass."
He does, actually.
He looks good.
I think so. He can pull it off.
Yeah.
Did you see what he was wearing in Paris? Did you see him walking?
Yes. Well, he was walking with Justin Jefferson.
So
yes, of course I saw it.
There you go.
Yeah, look at these.
I mean,
those are 2 studs right there. Oh wait, what's wrong with that? What is that?
That's the look. Oh, see, that's a true Viking fan there. Didn't notice Joe Burrow was wearing a backless jacket because he's too psyched about Justin Jefferson.
I'm on the Jet right there. Yeah, the Jet looks awesome. Yeah. So does Joe. He looks good.
So,
except for but what is that back?
Great question. Back on the Rich Eisen Show radio network, sitting here with Mardy Fish. Give me your favorite Barkley story from Tahoe.
I mean, Charles he just gets it with people. Like he is one of the very few people certainly in that stratosphere of fame where he's interested in what you're doing. Like the first thing, hey Charles, how you doing? Whatever. I'm great. Nice to see you. How are you? Like, what are you up to? Is your family here? The first time I introduced him to my wife. It was at the Harrah's Hotel at the American Century in Tahoe, and it was at Harrah's, and it was in the lobby where there's 1,000 people there, and everyone circled. You know, he's like, there's some crazy names there or whatever, the Timberlakes and the Mahomeses and all these guys, and everyone's so excited to see Charles. He's like larger than life almost, and so you just everyone's sort of waiting, and he's talking to me, and I'm introducing him to my wife and my wife's parents, and this is my wife Stacy and her parents Sherman and Stephanie Gardner, and you know, whatever, nice to meet you, and very, very polite. 2 days later, we come walking up, and he walks over to them and says, "Hi, Mr. and Mrs. Gardner, how are you?" And I was like, I don't even remember their names. So like, and this is when they met. I'm telling you, there were no exaggeration, 120 people around him waiting to like meet him or have him sign something.
Yeah, and get a piece of Charles Barkley.
48 hours later, what my in-laws' names were. You know, so it's like he just understands. He's so nice. He speaks his mind, and he loves golf, and he loves being out there. And like every year, you root for him to get that top. There's a big bet out there for maybe one of the most popular maybe the most popular bet out there at the casinos is, does Charles finish top 75? And I don't think he's ever finished top 75.
Didn't he do it this year?
This year he was close, right?
This year he did it.
He did.
And this year was the second round, and he got a text from me after every round because he played really well. The first day he had like, I don't know, maybe -5 points, which for him, he's usually at -20 or something. There's a Stableford scoring.
Yeah.
You get -2 for a double bogey.
Right.
You get -2 for a double bogey. So you're making double bogeys. The worst you could possibly get. RG3 goes and he has -36. He's -2 on every hole.
That's max.
Big, big RG3 fan, not a good golfer. So Charles, this day 2, he was in the red, in the plus for the first time ever. 3 points, +3, which means he made he didn't make a lot of doubles. He made pars. You get 1 point for a par. So he must have shot, and he ended up shooting like 79 or something like that, which was his best round.
And that's awesome, man. Because I remember meeting Charles for the first time at a Jimmy V golf tournament in North Carolina in the late 90s when I was on SportsCenter back then, and he was so accessible. Where he was at, in these bars where they would have these VIP areas, he was with the people.
Yeah.
And, obviously that's when if somebody comes up and messes with him, he would sometimes, not stand for it. And there would be a set to, because he was accessible. But he was great to everybody, just accessible. And I will never forget a karaoke night where he sat Michael Jordan in a chair on a stage, got on a knee and sang "I Believe I Can Fly" to Michael Jordan. And the place went nuts. One of the greatest. It was awesome.
Yeah, he's
as A+ as they come.
He really is. Yeah, and he as a former athlete or whatever, and like current athletes that are out there watching him, like he's an incredible role model in terms of how to treat people that you don't know but are just fans. And because I've seen the opposite. We've all seen that too.
Yes.
You just sort of blow them off, and those are humans as well, and those are kind of the people that pay your bills
For sure.
most of the time. And he's phenomenal person.
All right. So what's going to be the higher number? Career American Century Championship victories by you or Alcaraz in Wimbledon?
Oh, Wimbledon's?
Yes.
He has 2 now.
Yes, he does. It's just like
And
you.
I have 2. Oh,
That's
my
correct.
goodness.
That's why I'm asking these questions, Marty.
Gosh, he's going to play for, I feel like he's probably going to play for longer than me. I'm going to say me.
Attaboy.
I feel like Wimbledon may be tougher to win than the American Century. The American Century is a big deal. Don't get me wrong.
Understood.
Huge deal.
I got it.
but it's probably not.
So
Wimbledon.
you're going to wind up with more American Century championships than he has Wimbledon championships, and I'm going to get a point off of him. I'm loving this. I love your style. I love the cut of your jib, Mardy Fish. Fantastic. So, fantastic.
Let's get it done. Let's get it done next year.
At Indian Wells?
I'm going to set it up.
In front of humans?
Yeah.
Okay.
In front of real people.
Will you set this up? Because I will do it.
Yeah, I will.
Fantastic.
I will set this up.
Let's go.
Success. In setting it up.
All right.
Yeah. Yeah.
Not, in
And
execution.
then we figure out if we can.
Then we got to practice.
Then comes the tough part. Mardy Fish, everybody. Still got a couple more minutes to go. Okay, that's fantastic. That's great. Do you still have the golf bag that
Yeah, I
Marty won
still
us
use it.
at that charity event? a few
You
years
use
ago?
it still?
So we used to play in a Red Cross charity event at Lakeside,
Lakeside,
here
yeah.
in LA.
Yeah.
And one year
Beautiful
we were
Lakeside.
fortunate enough to be paired up with Marty, and we smoked everybody because Marty is amazing at golf.
Well, the shamble.
Yeah.
The shamble. In the same way that your friend thought maybe he can get a set off of or a
Novak.
game off of
Yeah.
Novak because he's already 5
Or
games
beat
ahead.
him in that. Yeah, beat him in that format.
He's 5 games and 3 points ahead every time.
Love 45,
That's how we
though.
felt
It was great.
playing golf with you in a shambo.
Marty would
Like,
hit 300 yards, and then we would take us home.
and we'd putt.
We'd get there and knock in a 3-footer.
And then we get a bag. We got a free club glove out of
I
it.
still use it. It's amazing.
I don't remember getting anything out of it. You guys took all the
Oh!
swag or what?
Oh.
Is that true?
Probably.
No, I had to leave early,
And took all the
and
stuff
then
with
you
you.
brought it in the next day.
I did.
Yeah.
Didn't he get there super late and you had to leave early? So it was
Yes.
like a one. Yeah, it was
That's
like
correct.
Well, you
Yeah.
were the host. I mean, you were
Right.
hosting.
As the host.
Well, we were doing the show, and then we had to jet over after. So we showed up at like 7, 8,
Yeah.
Yeah,
and played the back.
yeah.
Then you had to go, and then I stayed.
And then you stayed and hosted.
You took the
and
stuff,
then
and-
I ate
He had
lunch,
hosting
and then-
duties too.
Yeah.
Marty, there's only one version of me. You know what I mean? I can't split me. Carlos Alcaraz. I'm going to get a point at Indian Wells in front of human beings, and Mardy Fish is going to set it up, and this is going to be awesome.
We're gonna put something on that too. Maybe the Wimbledon trophy.
Yes!
If I could get that done.
It keeps getting better. Catch the Rich Eisen Show every single day on the Roku channel, 12 to 3 Eastern, for free.